Boys, the College Football 25 official gameplay trailer just dropped a couple of hours ago. So today I'm going to break it down and go over every single detail you guys may have missed in the trailer. There's going to be a few obvious things in this trailer as well, but I want to break this down as much as possible so you guys can get an in-depth look at everything in this trailer. Also, we just hit 1,000 subscribers on the channel, and I'm giving away a copy of the game to somebody who comments on this video and my video from earlier today. So be sure to subscribe and comment if you enjoy the videos. Let's get into it though, from the beginning of the trailer to the very end. And the very first thing we notice is just a couple seconds into the trailer where Ollie Gordon stutter steps into a spin. It's just a very small detail that goes to show just how many new gameplay features are going to be in this game from big to small. And if you even look more closely, you can see that he's rocking some Nike gear with a Nike football, and I'll show some of the other footballs that are actually featured in this trailer. There's not just Nike ones in it. And then right after that, we can actually see a sneak peek of the scoreboard, but you can't see much of it, so we'll talk about that later. And we go straight into a new animation, which is the 1 foot catch. And immediately after that, in this clip of Clemson, you can see stickers on each player's helmet signifying how good they've done in games. And right after that, we get a quick sneak peek of some of the play selection screens with Wing X off close as one of the plays, but that'll be a little bit later in the trailer. This is just a sneak peek. And after that, we get a Kansas play where he jumps over a guy, which is a cool play, but you can actually see some more equipment here that is going to be brand new to the game, like this Adidas gear that the running back is wearing and the Adidas football. And right after that, we get an actual play where a blitzer comes in and you can see an ability activate under him and the quarterback for a split second to show that some players in this game are going to have abilities now. And another thing we can notice in the background is the dual bar goalpost for FSU in the end zone. And immediately after that, we have a blink and you'll miss it moment before the transition where we actually get to see the actual play selection screen where it shows RPO rebubble, inside zone, flood, and many other things that we are going to be able to choose from on the play selection screen. The other thing that I noticed is the actual video on the top left here of the previous play, which is also a very nice touch for this game. And then of course we get a good look at the wear and tear system where it looks like different severity of injuries, no matter how bad they are, can lead up to a player having a higher risk of severe injury. And additionally, in the next clip, we actually get to look at some injuries and we get to see a full view of the scoreboard screen, which looks really nice. It doesn't have ESPN on it, as you might notice, but it still looks very nice, has a lot of personality. It looks a lot better than the Madden scoreboards we've seen over the past few years. We actually get a look at a heart under Mertz, the QB, as well. Maybe this is a stamina or a part of the wear and tear system. We'll have to see once the game officially drops. And of course, we also get an additional look at player lock, full menu, adjust camera, and other pre-play controls that we have always gotten in other games. And we get to see a ref on the screen as well, who aren't on the field in Madden, so that's a nice addition for realism as well. And then the QB actually gets smoked, and we get to see another look at the injury screen, which looks like it has different injury risks for different positions based off of what they actually use at their position. And then on this next screen, we just see a normal interception, but we can actually pick apart a few things from this as well, like how we see another ability on the right tackle, and the slot receiver has a question mark over their head, possibly due to the crowd or inexperience. The new tackle animation right here twists the QB around and causes a red bar in the throw, kind of like the 2K shot meter, but again, that'll be explained later on once we actually see that for itself. And then the free safety here actually has a really nice reaction to literally every single thing on the field the entire play, and then ball hawks the interception. Really cool in my opinion. And then this next clip, we see the left tackle with an ability do really well, and every other O-lineman pretty much gets smoked on this play, resulting in an injury for the QB. After that, we have Michigan, but in the top right, we actually see the Stadium Pulse, which shows a toughness rank of 20, because the higher the rank, as in going up to 1, the harder the team is going to be playing against in their home stadium. But as you can see, the players aren't really phased at all, because again, it's just a rank of 20. But after that, we get into abilities, where you see a ton of stuff here that we're going to get into. And I just got to point out, this one being called Extender and the nose literally growing larger is crazy. Just got to say it. Got to point it out there, bro. After that, we get another huge look at all of the abilities in the game. Stuff like off-platform, where it's the Leaning Tower of Pisa, so meaning it's probably only for Italians or people who have eaten spaghetti in the past 24 hours. That's just my best guess. KO, though, is knockouts, just like in Madden. Cornerbacks and DBs and, you know, middle linebackers and everything will knock the ball out when they're they're near the player and the player makes a catch. Hammer is actually for Drake when his picks get leaked. Clear-headed for QB, so they play better under pressure and under the stadium noise. And of course, we just see a ton of abilities in there. There's supposed to be like 80 in the game. Right here, we get to see an addition of the sidestep, which is pretty much jukebox from Madden. We get to see ball hawk right here, which looks extremely OP on the corners. And you can also see a red marker on Quinn Ewers, which is probably wear and tear getting to him if I had my best guess. And then we get clutch kicker, which makes it easier to kick accurately with kicks. We have downhill here, which breaks tackles at max speed. And then we have field general, which shows blitzers, possibly on 3rd and 4th down, because this is a 4th down situation here. And we do have blitz radar on Madden, which is the exact same thing. So that's my best guess. And then we get a good look at the stadium pulse. But on top of that, we actually get another good look at stuff, which is this hot route chart, which shows 4 extra hot routes for the QB on the D-pad, much like Hot Route Master in Madden. And my best guess is this is just going to be on every QB in the game, because you'll see this several times throughout the trailer, regardless of the name of the player or how big of a star they are. In this next clip, we actually see snowflakes on some of the players. I'm going to guess this is for their dynamic play system, which means the better you play, the hotter you get, and the worse you play, the colder you get. And right here, I just thought it was funny how hard the QB gets sent to the Shadow Realm and the ball flies out at 2,000 miles an hour, like a regular Joe Milton slant pass. And then we have another blink and you'll miss it moment right here, where when we go back to it, you can actually see some of the adjustments on the left side of the screen and the right side of the screen, like composure, blocking, matchups, and then wear and tear, of course, on the bottom right. And then when Carson Beck actually makes an adjustment here, you can see the Hot Route Master again in play. And then we get to see our first look at, again, the play selection chart, where we get to look at stuff like abilities, favorite plays, coach adjustments, and recent, and all that kind of stuff like that. And on the right of the screen, we get to see the players we have, the abilities they have, and we get to learn that each player can have up to 8 abilities as well. And then we get to see an option play from Air Force, and then we see number 27 just chilling there. I don't know what he's doing. I have zero idea what he's actually doing. And we get to see a new corner animation where they swat the ball away. It looks super clean in my opinion. And of course, we get to learn about home field advantage, and in here we get another sneak peek of a blink and you'll miss it thing, which is Colorado players wearing hoodies under their jerseys. And this dude has a cutoff hoodie, I guess. I don't know what he's doing, quite honestly. Another detail you might miss is that Colorado doesn't have 37 celebrities and the royal family coming out of the tunnel with them, which is a huge miss on EA's part. We also get a nice look at pregame traditions and players interacting with the crowd, which is something super awesome as well, and mascots, of course, and some more pregame traditions. And then in here, the Stadium Pulse actually shows ranked teams and a couple of unranked teams, meaning this happens at any single stadium that you visit. And we get a huge leak right here because a legend is in the game, because Trent Richardson here misses the biggest running hole of all time. On this next play here, the nickel corner gets absolutely toasted, even though they have home field advantage if you look to the right. And then we see a new hit stick animation for corners that forces the ball out. Right here, the QB also gets confused due to the Stadium Pulse, which is also awesome. We see Welcome to Death Valley, and this lady doesn't have a face. She does not have a face. And then we see the screen subtly shaking here as Tennessee, and then gets picked off. And then we get to see all of the team selection screens, where we also have a couple of details you guys might miss, like Iowa having a 71 offense and 94 defense. And then the Iowa and Minnesota rivalry game also is highlighted here, which is awesome. Then we have ACC teams and Big 12 teams as well. Then we get to see in the play selection screen that the flex bone formation is in the game, and it shows star players in the formation as well. We get to see tempo adjustments, deep pass catching, intermediate pass catching, and blocking. We've got turbo, chew clock, normal, and no huddle offense. Then we get to see a really solid RPO here and some other trick plays and some options as well. And we see all state on the field, so I assume the coverage on this play is going to be immaculate. Additionally, on this Michigan play, the corner that gets destroyed actually has a hoodie under his tucked up jersey, which looks really nice. I love the customization there. And if you guys are enjoying this so far, please subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate that. We're on the road to 10K. Regardless, though, we also have a really nice option play right there, where a corner gets juked out of his freaking skull ball. Meanwhile, in the background, we can see a wide receiver blocking the DB off the screen, hopefully meaning that actual blocking from anybody but O-linemen is good in this game. Which then brings us into the revamped passing system, which actually looks a lot better than anything we've seen before with the new throwing meter. And right here, we actually get to see another new detail, which is secure catch for wide receivers and tight ends and anybody catching the ball. Whereas usually it was possession catch in Madden, it's now secure catch in college football. Then we get to see some of the throwing animations EA worked on, like running back and throwing across the body, falling back throw, the catch and throw, and then a cross body throw on the run. It seems like they're doing a lot of work on the throwing in this game, which is amazing. And we immediately notice in the next clip that a corner and linebacker have a fire above their head, probably meaning that they're on fire for this game, boosting their performance and stats. Which brings us right into another throwing meter where we actually see this new animation from the game, which is catch and run instead of a rat catch like it would be in Madden. And then we can see a new thing in the game, which is actually getting to choose how far your route goes, your primary route, making a short curl into a 15-yard curl. And shortly before that in the audible screen, you can see that it's called custom stem. And after that, we actually get to see some defensive changes, which are being able to change which player you're controlling in the middle of a throw, which should make defense a lot more fun, especially if you get really good at it. Additionally, we get to see another look at the throwing meter, which is determined by the blue bar going into the yellow for a medium throw, red for a bullet pass. Finally, we ended off with another look at the kicking meter, and then we get to see the hot routes once again, which give you tons and tons of ways that you can play on offense, including the new custom stem feature, and then of course regular hot routes like deep crosses, wheels, zigs, and short crosses. And then we get to wrap up the trailer with a few more things, and a few things that weren't in the trailer at all, which I would have liked to see, which would be snow games, weather games, some more school traditions, and I'm assuming those are coming later on, but those are some of the things that we entirely missed in this trailer that we need to see. Anyways, if you guys like this video, please hit the like button. This actually took a really long time to do and get all the notes for, so subscribe. We're on the road to 10K. If we get there, I'm giving away another copy of College Football. Comment down below for one in this video, subscribe, and be sure to click right here for the top 10 features that are either being taken out or added to College Football 25. You'll love it, I promise.